In this video, we will learn to adapt our thesis statement to the unseen question. To access A-range marks, your extended response needs to answer the question. And the way we do that is by chopping up our thesis.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening.
To write a thesis that can be chopped up, we need to make sure our thesis statement is rubric driven. First, we need to make sure our thesis statement is about a human experience, either individual and/or collective. Next, we need to consider how that experience affects human motivations and behaviours and what it reveals about human qualities. The thesis statement then needs to consider how that motivation or behaviour is anomalous, inconsistent, or paradoxical. And finally, the thesis statement needs to be aware of how storytelling is used to represent these ideas. Now let's imagine we have two students, student A and student B. They're both about to sit the HSC Common Module question, but each has a completely different thesis statement. Student A has written the following thesis statement on The Merchant of Venice. William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice reveals insights into the anomalies of human motivation and behaviour. Student B, however, has written, William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice invites a reconsideration of the experience of love by inviting audiences to reflect on its anomalies and inconsistencies. Yet both are about to answer the one HSC question. How effectively does your prescribed text tell stories to reveal both the personal and shared nature of human experiences? So how do they do it? They both chop their thesis up.
They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down.
If student A responds to the HSC question, how effectively does your prescribed text tell stories to reveal both the personal and shared nature of human experiences, by simply restating their thesis statement and saying, William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice reveals insights into the anomalies of human motivation and behaviour, it simply doesn't answer the question because there is no explicit link. But if student A says, William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice effectively tells the story of anomalous human motivation and behaviour. His play reveals insights into the consequences it has on the personal and shared human experience. Then, the chopped up thesis statement is answering the question. It is effectively engaging with the wording of the question. Simply restating your thesis statement does not answer the question. It needs to be chopped up.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening.
Let's look at student B. Their thesis, William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice, invites a reconsideration of the experience of love by inviting audiences to reflect on its anomalies and inconsistencies. When chopped up, it can become, William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice reveals the anomalies and inconsistencies of the experience of love. His story invites a reconsideration of the human experience both on a personal and shared level. In both instances, the student has chopped their thesis up and incorporated the wording of the question. Most often, the one thesis statement becomes two sentences to answer the unseen question. Remember, if you want to answer the question, you need to chop your thesis up.
They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down.
Remember, always answer the question.